All right, what's going on? What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? So, this is one of these impromptu podcast episodes, and in real time, you guys gonna be watching me hook up to this app here. I got the phone screen on the screen. All right. I don't know why this thing be doing this sometimes. Let me see here. Let me go back. There we go. It's looking like it's taking this very merry time. Let me just check something out real quick. And so what I'm gonna be doing here, let me just try make sure this thing is all right. Let me make it bring it out of there. I don't know. I don't know if it's YouTube or something else going on, but it seems like when I've been going live lately, streams have been getting kind of janky. All right. But we're gonna make it do what it do. So what you guys are watching me on, I'm live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. And I just signed up with a new app. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's called the Stereo app. All right. And the Stereo app, my review. Let me just write this title in because I'm going to go live on from the phone as well. And maybe we'll have some people come on, just like what happened earlier as a surprise. Let me see. I guess I'm supposed to choose a topic. Let me just do open talk, real talk. Also, you can only do 2 hashtags. I'm not going to add any links right now. All right. Well, right. So I am live on the Stereo app. I don't know why this thing keeps popping up. This happened before. I'm not jumping on to anything. But I'm going to give my review of the Stereo app for those who don't know. All right. So you're watching the screen of the actual phone. So I'm actually live on my phone. I don't know why these people keep coming up here. I'm live on the Stereo app. I think I'm live. I should be live. Hold on. Something ain't right here. Oh, let me stop this real quick. Maybe that'll help. There we go. All right. So I think I'm on live now on the Stereo app. All right. And as you see, that's the avatar I created for myself. And you see the mouth moving as I'm talking. All right. And maybe there'll be some people that come on here and want to chime in, or maybe not. I might be the only one by myself. But this is the second time today that I got on the app. The first time I got on a few hours earlier, and I was just getting on, introducing myself and explaining what I was planning on doing on this app. And then a few people came on. There was 2 or 3 people came on and gave me some advice and some help on what the app is about and what you can do on the app. And so I just figured I'd do a review right after that. And sometimes you think maybe you wait a few weeks or whatever, come back and do a review. I figured, let me get on there. And then, hey, I thought about it later. So let me do a review of what went down earlier. And so that's what this live is for. As you guys can see on the phone, it does say live. And this is similar to Clubhouse. It's similar to Twitter Spaces. And I think Facebook has their own version of an audio, going live on audio on the platforms. And so this is just another one. I've heard of Stereo for a while, and it might have, I'm not sure. I think it was out before Clubhouse, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so I think it was, but I think it came out before Clubhouse. And I knew about it before, And what really attracted me to it, honestly, is what you're seeing on the screen now. It's where you have the avatar as I'm talking, right? The mouth is moving, like going along with the voice. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, man, I need to find a way to grab that and use that. So anytime I go on any of my lives, like you see at the bottom of the screen now, where it's just an avatar of me, but it'd be cool to have the mouth moving, so I could put that avatar in replace and just have my mouth moving. So I just thought that was cool. That's what kind of attracted me to begin with. Then I started thinking, oh, okay, you can get on live and do audio. So then I started expanding with the ideas like, okay, you can kind of expand your podcast reach and some other things you can go along with it. So part of it, what I was explaining the first time earlier today was that I plan on doing different topics, and I was considering, but I really wasn't planning on doing it. I was considering add more people to your talk by adding co-hosts. Now I'm not going to add anybody to co-host, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I said part of my plan was just talk about different topics, and any topic I get on here and talk about. Some people might be interested in it that particular time I do it. Another topic some people might not be interested in. So you're going to have people coming in and out. And then that's when one of them, the first person that came in was somebody named Infinity. I think it was Infinity to Infinity. That's their handle that they're using. And she sounded like she was from the Caribbean, her voice, her accent. And she came in and gave some good advice, gave me some help on some things. And then later on, some dude named Cyber came in, and she would let me know that these are people that were on here for a while. They knew how the app works, and so they was giving me some good advice. Obama, what's up? Thank you for coming in and listening, and appreciate it. I don't know how long you're going to be here. That's what happened earlier too. Just to recap, Obama, I don't know how long you're going to be here. I started my first stereo live a few hours earlier, and so now I'm just doing a quick review on it. And I'm also live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch right now. And so I actually have the screen showing. So everybody who's viewing this, they're actually viewing the stereo screen. Because I said that was one of the things I said I would do when I come back on and do live, is I wanted to share the screen and wanted to share that experience. And that way I don't have to kind of do two things later on, like do a live with the stereo app, and later on kind of bring that information over to my other live. So I figured, let me do the screen share feature using StreamYard, and everybody can see it all in real time. And at the same time, if anybody decides on stereo to give some comments, they can actually hear it, and they could get to see how this stuff works. So what I was saying earlier is a few people came in and gave some good advice and helped me walk me through some things in real time. And so one of the things is you can change your avatar. For those who's watching me or watching this live, I can click on my face right now, right? And this pops up here. And then I can click on it again a second time, and I can actually change my look. All right. I can actually change what I look in real time. I could change the facial hairs, the facial size. Like you just see me, I changed the hair look. I could change it to look like that. All right, so on and so forth. I can put a hat on. Let me see some. Matter of fact, that's what I said I was going to do. Let me see. Let me get the right colors. I actually wanted to do that. I think I'm gonna throw on a ball cow. This is what I wanted. Here we go. So you get all the little different things. I'm gonna throw that ball cap on today, or for this particular live here, and I'm just gonna save that. So in real time, you can get on this thing and change your avatar. All right. And as you guys can see on the screen, I am live. All right. So I don't know why I didn't show up on here though. That's weird. I guess it was supposed to change, but it didn't. Maybe when I get off of live, it'll change. So that was one of the things they said I can do. Of course, as you guys can see on the screen, I can add a co-host. And anytime, I guess I can click on it, and then it'll give me choices of who I wanted. Let's say it's somebody I knew, they can get on as co-host with me. They went over some of the community guidelines with me. And one of the things what I wanted to do, or I had in mind to do, was that whenever I'm going live on the other platforms with using StreamYard, I wanted to play like maybe some clips of some things, if it was a news clip or whatever. But the guys named Cyber said no, they don't take kindly to that. They want this to be a strictly conversational app, whether I'm talking by myself or there are other people coming on, and we're going back and forth with a dialogue. So Infinity and Cyber kind of made that real. They kind of really digged in on that. Well, Cyber a lot more was saying, yeah, they don't really take kindly of putting audio clips, because what he was saying, which kind of makes sense to a degree, is that what'll happen is if you're using clips from other sources, it could be a news clip or some other video or whatever, and this is how they are monetizing their app. And so by putting something else out there that might be copyrighted material, then that can cause an issue. It could cause a person to be in stereo jail, like Facebook jail, when you can't say certain things, and so on and so forth. So that's one of the things I remembered him talking about that. Also, they made a big thing about talking about certain groups, and they made it real specific. They talked about like the LGBT group, like you can't say much about them, and we was kind of having a back and forth a little bit about that, and I kind of found that a little bit suspect, that they really hammered down on let me know is specifically about that group. They didn't really say nothing else about any other groups. And I was kind of making the point of saying, well, what if you were talking and you're not saying nothing really offensive? And then I said, well, anybody can take anything offensively and say it's like whatever type of speech. I forget the words they used. They had another words, but it's basically that they talk about when it comes to as far as being banned or whatever off this app. I see somebody that came in on. I'm looking at my StreamYard, so there's two people there checking me out. Let me see here. Oh, I forgot you can do that. Wow. So there's somebody watching me on Twitch and somebody watching me on Facebook. Thanks for coming in. And I'm just giving my reviews about this stereo app, which is similar to Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces and whatever Facebook calls theirs. It's all audio based. And I'm just giving my reviews and getting some things that I learned, some observations and my thoughts about this particular app. And so I was just talking about how there's a few people that came on. There was a few people that came in. Their faces, their avatars will pop up. Some just came in for a second or two, and they bounced out of there. The first person came in was sound like a Caribbean woman. At least her voice sounded that way. And her handle she used was Infinity. I think it's Infinity Beyond Infinity. I think that was the name of it. And so she was giving me some good tips and showed me how to work this app and navigate around a little bit. Then a dude named Cyber came in, sounded like his voice sounded like he was an older white male. He came in and gave some good help, some advice, and some information regarding community guidelines. And what I was just talking about was how they really hit hard on the LGBT society. Like, they was like, man, basically, in my own words, it's basically like saying, don't say nothing about them, because then this app will really get rid of you. And I was kind of going back with them, not in in a calm way, back and forth, having back and forth a dialogue. It was like, well, what if you're not saying nothing offensive to them? You're just bringing up certain things, and you're not saying it disrespectfully, not cussing and all that. And they was pretty much like, yeah, you better off not say anything about them. So whoever owns, whoever the owners of this stereo app, I don't know if it's them. I don't know if they're part of the group or what. But for some reason, at least those two people that I talked to here on the app seem pretty shook, or they gave the impression of being shook anyway by talking about their group. So, but then Infinity, I'm saying these names, this their handle name. So if you don't, even if you don't know who I'm talking about, that's just the handle that they go by. If you see their pictures pop up, you'll see what I'm talking about. And so Infinity was also mentioning be careful with your speech, in the sense of, like, people can come in and they'll try you and get you riled up, and if you lose your cool and you start going off of blah blah blah, that they have that the stereo app here has some monitoring, some people monitoring everything supposedly. And I'm sure they do. And if they see or hear that you one going off or whatever, you can be put in their I call it stereo jail. So you got a Facebook jail, YouTube jail, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to use that to make it understandable. And so you could be put in the stereo jail. All right. Another thing they was mentioning is, if, for instance, if I had a host with me, I think I could have up to 5 people, and then with me myself, it makes up to 6 people on as host. And so if anybody starts talking like really greasy and using certain language, and she said, sometimes people might come in and set you up for doing that. They'll get you to make them a host with you, and then they'll act all crazy. And she said it's better that you leave out of there, where you see on the bottom of the screen it says leave. I can click that leave and just get out of my thing, even though I'm the one who's hosting the thing. But once you bring other people as co-host, they'll also consider like hosts with you. So if they're talking greasy or really crazy or foul, and you know that the monitoring system, or the algorithms, if you will, is listening and picking up on these conversations, then you can be held responsible for what they're saying. So she said the best alternative to that is that you leave out and let them be the host. And I said, well, isn't there a feature that you can just cut them off? He said, no, not at this time, not with the with this particular app. So once you make people a host, they have pretty much the same abilities you have as being a host. And so I thought that was kind of, I don't know if you say weird or not, but it is something that I would think that the execs at Stereo would kind of look into a little bit more. That's one of the, so I'll speak on that right now. That's one of the features, ideas that I have. I don't know if you guys are listening now, Stereo execs, but that might be a feature you need to throw in there, is that if I have co-host on with me, and then the guidelines is like, well, be careful what you're saying to a certain degree. I guess they let you talk about anything, but then when it gets to a certain level of speech or whatever, then it becomes a thing where if you don't want the people that you making co-hosts saying certain things, you should have a feature to be able to cut them off, or to knock them even out of your live altogether. So for those if you guys are listening over here on Stereo, the execs, if you happen to be monitoring this live, it might be something you want to reconsider or consider putting into this app, that ability. And speaking on that, I had an idea a little bit earlier before I came on here, I was thinking in the terms of special forces in the military. So this concept. So again, if you guys are listening, might want to check this out, what I'm getting ready to say. So what I was thinking was this: in the military, like I'll just use the special forces in particular. They give them all the equipment they need, right? They give them everything they need so they can do what they got to do. And so I figured you kind of use that same concept for this app. Give everybody who's going to be using these apps all the features they can use, so they don't get themselves hemmed up with the community guidelines. So that means if I need to cut somebody off, or I have the ability to shut their mic off right then and there, or the ability to exit them out of the app altogether if what they're saying is out of line or crazy, then you should get that feature so people can do that. Give them the equipment they need so they can go on and do what they need to do. All right. So that's just one thing. There was another thing, another feature I thought they should have. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. But anyway, so that's that. Some other things that he gave the people that came in. I appreciate them coming in. I don't know if they're listening now or what, but they gave, like I said, they gave me a lot of good advice on different things. And I'm sure when I come up to those, the next time I start using it again, when I come across those situations, I'm sure I'll remember them. Of course, the audio thing I mentioned earlier is that they don't want you to put any type of audio clips. They want this strictly to be a conversational type platform where you're having a conversation. Now, one of the other things I remember being told was that, and I think I read it too, because when you sign it up, it's pretty quick and easy to get signed up. I mean, super quick. But at the end, before they let you get on and then start being able to go live, whatever, they give you like a set of um not necessarily questions, but what you won't do. So they'll say you will not, and I remember them saying you won't play pre-recorded audio, and you had to click the box in order to be able to go on to the next, to be able to use it. But it was like 5 or 6 of those. So I remember that for sure was about playing pre-recorded anything on here. And there was something else I can't remember, but it'll come back to me. So they gave you like 4 or 5 different things you had to agree to before they let you in. All right. And now let me talk about the experience I had. It was pretty cool. Like I said, people came in. Some people just came in and jumped right back out. A few people came in like that. And a few people stayed for a little while. And while it's on my mind, let me talk about this. I'm gonna try to do it right now, but I'm not gonna let it go all the way through. You see what I'm getting ready to? I'm swiping it, but I'm not gonna swipe it all the way through because I did that earlier. If you ever decide to get on this app, do not, and you're live and you're hosting anything, do not swipe it over, because I think it bounces you out of your own live, because I couldn't get back in my own live and end up moving me with somebody else's live at the same time. So when I swiped it over, all of a sudden I seen a whole bunch of avatars on the screen and people were talking. I'm like, man, did it just make me go over into somebody else's live out the blue? So do not swipe that over until I figure out what actually happened and why it did it or whatever. I'm sure somebody could tell me down the line. But when you're on live, do not swipe that screen to your left. I don't know about right. Somebody's giving me hand claps, I guess. But you're not on the screen. I don't know why this is, but there goes somebody else's face went across the screen. So let me talk about a few of these features here. There you go. There goes James Wolf. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. Just giving my review, man. This is the second time today I've been on Stereo app. It was my first time a few hours earlier, and I'm back on again, just giving a review, man. A quick review of my experiences with the app. I'm definitely going to keep a hold of it, and I'm going to use it more. But like I said, I just used it the first time ever a few hours earlier, and now I'm back again. I'm going to use it again. All right. Well, I'm using it again for the second time today. And so I'm just giving my review. Appreciate you coming in, man. There you go. I'm glad you did that. I hope you ain't said nothing crazy though. But I want because I also have this on screen share, and I'm getting ready to show people what just happened just now. And so anybody who comes in and is listening, they can actually leave a comment in real time. And if you guys who are watching me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now, you look at the bottom right of the screen, you see where it says number 1. That's where people like James Wolf in here, I'm sure it was him. He just left a message. And so while in real time, I could stop and then I could click on that, and in real time, because stereo records everything. So it records if I play anything, messages, it records that. So what happened is he left a message, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it now, that bottom right, and his message will pop up. All right. So hopefully he ain't say nothing crazy. All right. So now what you're seeing is I can play what he just said, and all in real time while I'm talking. this is also the live that I'm here on stereo is also recording this in real time. So I can wait to the end of my show and play it and play everything and then respond to it. I can people can respond and I can play it in right then and there and then respond back and forth. So I thought that was a cool feature. I'm glad he did that though, because I wanted I wanted everybody to check it out.
Hey, that's him, but you never know people in this world now and then.
No, okay. So that's all he said. Couldn't understand anything he said, but I'll play it one more time.
Hey, that's him, but you never know people in this world now and then.
Okay. Well, he sounded like he was mumbling, but I wanted to give y'all guys a little sample. And so let me go back to that again. I click that same bottom right and I can go back, right? And then let me see a priority. Here you will see messages from your fans, celebrities. So I guess people who are following me and they leave a message, I can click on priority as you just see me, and I can listen to theirs, make theirs a priority first and listen to their stuff. Then I hit play and it'll show me in this live, if it showed me everybody who left a message and everybody who already listened to. So I'm just gonna play that one more time.
Hey, that's him, but you never know people in this world now and then.
Okay. And so that's some features that how that works. All right. And so let me try this. There's an arrow on the bottom, little arrow curve a little bit. I'm gonna hit that and just let you guys see what happens with that. And from here, of course, you can send the audio to your platforms as you see there, the different choices. But in particular, I'm going to focus on save video. I'm not going to click on it, but I'm going to tell you about it. When you click that save video, what it does is it'll download like a 30-second clip. It's a video clip of whatever I said in the first 30 seconds when I first started. It'll play like a little video clip. That's cool because then I can I can remember that in the future. So when I first start a live here on the stereo app, what I can do is say whatever I need to say in those first 30 seconds, maybe say make sure you go to norwoodventuresunlimited.com. And so if it's in that first 30 seconds and I click save video, it'll download that in a video form. So you'll see my face in that cartoon avatar, in this avatar right here, as you guys see on the screen. And it'll have the title of whatever I named that particular episode, and it'll have me talking for those first 30 seconds. That's cool because if you can say a few things in the first 30 seconds, like be sure to, hey, I'm ready to go on live, or I'm live now, blah, 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 blah. Go to such and such, such and such. You can catch me on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. If you can say all that in 30 seconds, download that for later, of course, and then put it on some other social media platforms. That's a good piece of content that you can use to direct people to check out your channels, maybe on other places, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, so on and so forth. So I plan on doing that with the first audio I did today, and then this one I'm gonna play around with it, see what I can use it for. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be doing like podcast episodes on here, and and other things as well. And so you can use those little clips and say, like make sure you say it in the first 30 seconds and use that for other repurposing reasons. All right, I'll say it like that. I had something on my mind just now and just lost it there. It was something else, some other features. But anyway, that's how that works. So now looking on top of the screen, you have like that little arrow on the top right, and you have those three dots. So I'm going to hit the three dots real quick. And just to show you guys what that is. Now, once I hit the three dots, you see what showed up on the bottom. It says talk settings. And so you have everyone can request to join. And then you have talk activity. Now I'm going to hit talk activity real quick and show you what that does. With talk activity, is giving you some stats. All right. How many live listeners, how many total listeners, how many peak listeners, the time you've been on so far. So I guess I've been on about I've been on, it's going on 30 minutes now, but it's showing 27. So I guess it's kind of giving you a baseline, but later on it'll be higher. But it's pretty much telling you how long you've been on live so far. All right. I guess it's not super accurate because, like I said, it says 27 on there. When I clicked on it, I'm now 30 minutes in. So 3 minutes difference. But when I get back out and I'll do it again real quick, I'm sure it'll show me different. Let me see. There you go. So it says 28 now. So it's documenting the time I've been on here. But I'm sure when I'm finished and done, it'll show the whole entire how long I was actually on here. So that's what happens when you click talk activity. Now, right above that, it says everyone can request to join. Now, I think if I tap it to turn it off, oh, now my picture with the hat comes on. Okay. Now I understand. Like I said, I'm learning things in real time still. So I'm thinking, I'm not 100% sure. Let me tap something again here. All right. Well, it has the hat on now, so it doesn't matter either way. But I'm thinking, not 100% sure about what it means, but either that means people can come in and listen. And if I click it to turn it off where you don't see the green part, then I think people can't come and listen. Doesn't sound like that makes sense to me, but maybe that is what it is. I'm not 100% sure with that. Maybe I can clarify that with somebody down the road, but I'm going to turn it back on. Or it means that it could mean that, or it means that no one could be a co-host with me. Maybe that's what it means. Okay. So if I shut it off, people can come in and still listen, but they can't request to be a co-host with me. Now, the third option that I'm thinking is when, if I'm just scrolling through, which I might be able to show you. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, there you go. So right now, you're seeing a list of everybody who's on live, and I can scroll up or down, right? These are people who are on live and what they're talking about. Some people are already finished and they got their recordings for you to listen to. Some are live, some are finished their recording. So now, if I schedule a live and it's not ready for me to get on live yet, it actually lets you click the word join. And so that could also be what that means. Okay. This could, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So that could also mean that everyone can request to join. So if I turn it off, maybe when I have my schedule to go on live and it'll say the title of what it is, and I'll be on in 30 minutes or 2 days or whatever it'll say. And people might, and there's a button on there where it says join and people can join in. So I'm wondering if that's possibility what that means as well. And again, in due time, I'll find out exactly what all this means. The more I keep on messing with it, and I'll ask people who join the live or whatever, right? So those are the three possibilities of what that could mean there. All right. But I'm gonna leave it on for now until I feel like somewhere down the road I need to change on that. And so I think that's pretty much it. I've showed all the buttons. Down here next to the arrow is the mic, so I can turn off the mic. I'm gonna do that real quick right now. So I've turned on my mic, and anybody who's listening to me on the stereo app, they can't hear what I'm saying right now. All right, so I'm back now. For those who are listening to me on stereo, I just turned off my mic, so I'm showing everybody on these other platforms. They're actually watching a screen share of me being on stereo app right now. And I just let them know that I'm showing them the different features that they can that they'll come in contact with if they decide they want to get on here and use stereo, right? So that's another feature there. So I've pretty much taken care of all the three buttons on the bottom right of the screen. I've showed you on the top right, the arrow and the three dots. And so now I'm gonna go up here where it says change right above my avatar picture. It says change. So I can click on that and I can actually go over here and change my title. Okay. I can also add a link there as well, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that right now in real time and just see what happens. Because I did this earlier, but nothing has showed up earlier. So maybe I had done something wrong. But right now, I'm going to put in my web address. All right. Whoops. And then I'm going to go ahead and click select a top or set a topic, excuse me. Set a topic. It says enter a valid link. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. I left out a couple of things there, which hopefully that'll do it and make it valid. I think that's it. There you go. And so once I click set a topic, then it should go in there. Okay, so now I see that it's up there. Okay. It didn't do that earlier for me. I had put in a link earlier and it didn't stay through. And maybe because I didn't click the set a topic or something I left out. But there you go, right there. So I guess if people come in, I'm assuming they might be able to click on that link and be directed to go there. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and take it back out. Go ahead and X that. Oh no, 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 no! You don't want to do that. There we go. That's what I meant to do there. All right. Hopefully, didn't mess up that live. But also, I could change the title of my live here. I got my review of the Stereo app and then a couple of hashtags, and they only give you 2 hashtags too, by the way. You can only come up with 2 hashtags. Yep, I'm still live, so that's good. And so you can, in real time, you can change the title of what you're doing, right? So there you go, man. That's I think that covered as far as what you can do, features. And like I said, I got a lot of tips from 2 or 3 people. There was also a female name. Her avatar name was AJ, and she was real brief on a couple of things, giving some advice. And she was mentioning kind of something similar to what Infinity and Cyber were saying. And so they were all helpful. I went on and followed, I think I followed 3 people so far. So I'm following 3 people. Cyber, Infinity, because they gave me some great advice. And then somebody named, I don't know, had a female voice. And I thought about later, I said, what if some people are on here actually disguising their voice and use some type of machine to make their voice sound different? And they're not really what their avatars appear to be like. So there was a female sounding voice, and her name was, I'll just say, I'm just going to assume right now that it was actual female, a woman called Dr. Love something. And she came on there real quick. She left a message. So a lot of people left some messages, and I was able to go through them so I can learn this stuff. Nothing hard at all about this app. Just got to play around with the different features here. But so I ended up following Dr. Love. I forget the whole name of her app, or I mean her avatar name. So I followed 3 people so far, and so I'm gonna leave it at that for a while until I mess around with it some more. So the I think it was AJ might have said something about, there's a lot of good content. There's a lot of people putting out some good stuff out here. And I think she also said that this was one of them, either her or somebody else said it was the second time they actually spoke to somebody by leaving a message, and supposedly they had a bad experience the first time. So, but that was that. Like I said, there was one thing also that Cyber had mentioned when it comes to audio clips, and that's something I probably had to get in contact with the because there's a way to do it. I guess he said go in your settings. You can actually contact the people, the execs of the app, or whoever, the contact person for the app, and find out because one of the questions I had is if it's some audio of my own with my own voice. And even now that I'm thinking about it, even if it's some music that I created and it's not copyrighted from anybody else, would they be cool with me using that if I'm using my own audio clips? I might have had a news show or whatever, and I use my own clip. Would they be cool with me using my own stuff? So that's something down the road, or in the next few days, or maybe down, like I said, down the road, I might get in contact with them and just find out if they are cool with that. Because like they were telling me that they really supposedly monitor you just to make sure you're not getting crazy with the what you're saying. Or there's another thing Cyber had mentioned, and then Infinity agreed on it. If I'm a listener to somebody else's live, and they might say something that I don't agree with, or I strongly disagree with what they're saying, and I start leaving messages, like you just seen how I listen to one message, like I go back again. For those who are just coming in, like this guy here, James Wolf, left a message, right? So if I'm listening to somebody, and let's say I disagree, let me get somebody's messages on here on the screen real quick. Oh, it's one of those again. Okay. From YouTube. All right. Somebody who's watching this, let me know what this means here. I've seen a lot of in comments and stuff where they'll have a word that doesn't make no sense at all, then they'll add a dot next to it, and then some other word. This time the word today is the actual word, but they'll, for instance, they'll have VUM dot HTC, and you're trying to figure out what does that mean. So anybody out there says Edmund Abernathy, I don't know if that's a real person or not, but I've seen a lot of those comments, like in some of my videos in the past. They'll have those type of little comments on there. It doesn't mean nothing, but I'm thinking this because it's not always the same people, and there's other people doing the same thing or have done in the past. So I'm wondering if they're passing on codes to each other, like they're communicating with each other with these type of coded words, and with words that don't, letters that don't make sense, and then a dot and something else. So I don't know if that's what's going on, but if anybody knows about that, let me know. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about the voice messages. If I'm listening to somebody's live here on the stereo app and I disagree and I start leaving messages, the monitoring system can also pick up on that and consider that, they might consider that to be spam. And then at that point, they can ban me or put me in stereo jail, is what Cyber was telling me. So I'm just passing all these on to you guys in case you decide you want to do the same, use this app. And like I said, another thing now that's on my mind real quick. That might be what I was going to say earlier. Another thing that Infinity and Cyber made is one of those other things that they was harping on real hard, is do not open up several accounts, because once they find out, the stereo execs or whatever they use to find out, then you'll be moved completely. And I was telling them, I said, that wasn't, I was thinking about doing that, but I probably wouldn't be doing that. And I said, the reason that I was going to do it was just that, because I'm going to be talking about so many different topics. One day I might be talking about self-protection. Another thing I might be doing a how-to, or another thing I might be talking about money or something like that. Another thing I might be talking about racism. And so I would figure that open up different accounts and just talking about specific topics related to that in that niche, then people can go to those different accounts. But at the same time, I was thinking that'll just spread me too thin, trying to go through all these different accounts and platforms and so on and so forth. So I really wasn't going to do that. But that was just a thought. But they made it clear, like, nah, don't do that. That'll really get you messed up about being back on here. So I'll leave that one alone. And I'll just do it like I said. I'm going to be talking about different topics on here. And whatever is related to on my YouTube, I got several YouTube channels, Instagram. If it's related to whatever channels is related there, then I'll do like I'm doing today, screen sharing this, and it'll be related to that in particular. And at the same time, I'm able to be live on the stereo app. And another thing that crossed my mind also was that this is actually because I said I was going to go on Twitter and do a Twitter space. So this in essence is actually helping me get prepared with doing a Twitter space because it has some similarities that I'm aware of. The ones I'm aware of is that with Twitter spaces, you can schedule when you're going to go on live, the same thing you can do here. And that's probably about it. Also, that the fact that other people will come in, you're going to have conversations with them. Whereas I think Twitter is going to be more open as far as you going off or having a back and forth, where stereo might not be as tolerant about that. All right. So that might be one of the other differences about stereo and Twitter spaces. I said I was going to get the Clubhouse app for my Android now that I think it's out now for available for Android, but I changed my mind altogether. I just decided I'm glad I never did get Clubhouse at all, period. So I'm gonna leave them alone and play around with stereo a little bit. And one of the other things I came on the first time earlier today was just explaining, what you can expect. And I said, it might be times I come up here for 1 minute and just promote something and be gone. Another time what I normally do my podcast episodes on other platforms, I'll just add this on to it in the mix and talk about. And hopefully there'll be times when people will come on and want to discuss, and so that'll be extra content that people will be actually talking from the stereo app, and it's also going to be broadcasted on my YouTube channels, Facebook, so on and so forth, by the way that you guys see me doing it now on the screen. So let me see something real quick here. Let me just get rid of this logo for right now on my screen. There we go. Maybe I should have left it alone altogether, but that's cool. But anyway, so because I'm going to be repurposing this content and broadcasting it again as a replay. And so yeah, that's it, man. My review of the stereo app overall, it was pretty cool, good experience. Even if I had some rowdy people, I still would say it was a good experience. But I didn't have anybody rowdy and crazy. Like I said, the first lady that came in to listen, she's giving me all this advice. She was cool. The dude named Cyber came in. He chimed in on some advice. And some chick named AJ, she came in, gave a little quick something. And then everybody else was kind of in for 30 seconds or so. Then they bounced. There was some guy that Infinity was telling me about that came in for, he probably stayed in for a hot second. He stayed in a little bit longer than other folks. And I think it was Dr. Fap. Some of these folks have some names. I know that's not their real names, but everybody has, came up with their own creative avatar names. I just happen to use my real name. And but that's another thing you can also do in real time is you can change your names. So on top of me changing the picture, the avatar picture, I can change the names. I could change the title in real time. So those are pretty cool features because I might have another idea. Say, man, I should name it this and go back in and change it right then and there as I'm live. And so that's pretty much it. You guys see me operate it. I'm going to stay on live a little bit longer here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, just so you can see me end this live on stereo, so you can see how to do that. And I think the way you do it is you click leave on the bottom, and then I guess it asks you if you want to leave for good. Now, before I do that, I want to say this also. If I had a co-host with me, and I think you could add up to 5 people, and then with yourself make 6 people being co-hosts. If I click leave, it won't end the live because other people are co-hosts. So then it'll be up to them or one of them to end it. They all have to leave, and there has to be at least one person left to end it. So if I have a co-host with me right now, they'll be next to me on my avatar, next to me and under me. And in order for me to end it, they'll all have to leave. And then I could click the word leave from my understanding what I think Infinity was telling me. I could click the word leave, and then it'll give me, do you really want to end this live, and then I click yes or no or something like that. And since I hadn't done it the first time because I slid the screen over and I end up being on somebody else's live out the blue. So I don't know what happened there. So I'm going to do it on this one so you guys can see on the screen how that actually works. All right. There goes somebody on TikTok. Or somebody's on TikTok anyway. So that's that. So I think I've explained everything. So for anybody heard of Stereo app and you're thinking about getting on, hopefully this video will give you some insights on that consideration. It's something, like I said, a lot of these are for me to expand and grow, whether it's the podcast, whether it's other things I'm doing, courses I create, and some live trainings that I have coming up. It's all to expand the audience and everything like that. And hopefully this will do that. Expand my podcast audience. I have a news show I do on another channel on YouTube. So maybe some people will go check that out. And like you see me do earlier, I could put on the links to those actual channels and maybe people will go there, you know? All right. So anyway, that is it. I think I am done now. Hopefully, again, like I said, I hope this has helped y'all out. And whoever's that is on watching me on Twitch, thank you. It doesn't show your name, but it lets me know that somebody is watching me on Twitch. The people on Facebook had left. And thank you for checking me out on Twitch. There's always somebody checking me out on Twitch, man. And I think they kind of hang out during the whole time. I don't know if it's the same person, but if this is the same person that always checks me out, appreciate you, man, or woman, for checking the show out. Before I get out of here, you guys go to howtouniversityonline.com. howtouniversityonline.com. As you hear the dogs in the background, I think. howtouniversityonline.com. I got a live training I'm going to be doing March 24th. Go to the tab in that website, the tab that says online courses and live training and more. Click on that. You'll see what's going on. If you're interested in it, sign up. It's only $7. All right. It's $7. I'm going to be teaching 3 different things on that particular. I called it the How to University live virtual seminar. And it's 3 different things I'm going to be showing people how to do. You can check it out. Go to the site and check it out. If you're interested, again, like I said, it's going to be $7. But once I finish the live, then it's going to be up to $27. So take advantage of that $7 if you happen to be interested in it, or if you know somebody who might be interested in it, tell them about the website, tell them where to go to, and check it out. All right. So with that being said, everybody who's on stereo who might come back and listen to this audio later, and that's another thing before I get out of here also. I already mentioned that you can download a video clip. It'll show me of my avatar face talking for the first 30 seconds and how you can use that to, have people come check your full episode out, right, on your video, whatever you got, video platforms or audio. And you can download, I think, from what Cyber told me, but I haven't figured out how to do it. But I think you can I think I did. I had pressed some buttons earlier, and I seen where you can download the actual audio of your live here on stereo. So you can actually download that audio and you can repurpose that however you want, chop it up, whatever. So once your show is over on stereo, you can download a video clip, and then you can also download an MP3 audio clip of the whole entire show. The video clip is just going to be 30 seconds long, and that consists of the title of your episode, which you see on top, and then it'll show a picture of me, the avatar you guys seeing on the screen right now, and the mouth moving. I think that's pretty cool to have it looking like that. But that's what you can do with this after it's done. All right. So with that being said, again, you guys who listen to me on stereo, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, and while everybody who's watching me live is gonna see how you exit out of your audio live on Stereo app. All right. So with that being said, appreciate y'all. I might be back again later on today. Who knows? But I definitely will be utilizing this a lot more. All right. So with that being said, y'all, peace on Stereo app. I'm gonna get out of here. And everybody who's watching me, this is how you do it. I think you hit the leave button. I'm gonna hit leave right now. Let's just see what happens. All right. As you guys can see, it's saying, are you sure you want to end the talk? After you hit the word leave, which is on the bottom left. And I can cancel it and still be on live. Or I can hit end. And I'm going to go ahead and hit end. So I'll be done on the Stereo app. All right. And the talk has ended. You had 3 listeners. And your talk duration was 53 minutes and 10 seconds. Share your talk with your friends now or download the audio file. Your talk can be shared / downloaded anytime from your profile. So that's what I'm going to do. I can click the word get audio file for those who are watching. And then I guess it'll download that audio file of what I was just live on here. And I think that is the correct time because I turned on this live here first, and then I showed y'all of me getting on live on the Stereo app. So I think they're correct with the time. Or I can click share your talk, and I'll just do that right now. I'll get the audio from my profile. I can click share, and as you guys see, I can share. I can just get the link, and then just post it, and people can go over and click on that link, and they can listen to it. I don't know if they have to sign up to listen to it. That's another thing. Or they just be able to listen to it without having to sign up for the app. That I don't know. But I can do it through Instagram. I can put it in the stories, TikTok, Messenger, Twitter, Facebook, and they give you some other choices. I'll click on that. And there you go. Some other choices. You can do it. You can put it in your drive. You can put it in the email. You can upload it to a drive. You can put it in LinkedIn, Quora. I guess they let you do all that. So those are the options you have there. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gents, I appreciate y'all checking me out. And again, I hope this has helped y'all out as far as you might consider wanting to use this. I know a lot of podcasters might be interested in getting on here and expanding their reach. That might be something for them. And yeah, or whatever you're talking about, man. You could be teaching something, whatever, but there's a lot of uses you can use this for, and you can expand what you're doing if people are interested in it. All right. So that's one of my goals or reasons for using this anyway. That's my vision for getting on here, because I'm going to still do my shows like I do on other platforms, but I'm going to record it on here as well. And then I'm going to promote some other stuff. All right. Thank y'all again. That person watching me on Twitch, good looking out. Appreciate it. With that being said, man, I'm out of here. All right. This is Thoughts of the Week podcast. And I'm gone. Peace.